witches, how you doing today? We're still at the beginning of the new year. I consider the new year all through January, and part of the, the beginning of a new year is sort of closing out the old year and sort of, going through all the books. So I have previously done videos on sort of, here's all the books I read in a year, and this year I've decided to do something a little different. Here's all the books that I have not yet read. I'm a bit of a book hoarder. So I thought it'd be fun to take a look at the books that I haven't read yet and maybe why I haven't read them. And just share that with you all. So for those of you who are new around here, my name is Taya. Welcome to the channel. We talk about all things witchcraft. And for those of you who are returning viewers, maybe coming in from another video, welcome back. I appreciate the support. And all of you, please consider subscribing. It's a really great way to help us build the channel. So, books that I've obtained but have not yet read, or maybe I've started, I've read a few pages, but I really haven't read the book yet. So we'll start with a couple of that were in my last video from my haul video. I just got these at Christmas as a gift. So the first one is the Witch's Spell a Day Almanac. So I haven't read this one yet, and I haven't worked with it at all. I am saving this so that when I am done, I'm currently working through 365 Celt. When I am done that book, then I will start with the Witch's Spell a Day Almanac. So this one I'm intentionally not reading. I'm saving it for a later date. The next book also is this big hefty tome, Witchcraft, from the Librarys Esoterica by Tashin. Again, I haven't read it. I just got it at Christmas, and it is a chunky baby. So I do intend on I would like to read. I'd like to read what's actually in this book. Mostly I bought it for the artwork, or I didn't buy it. I asked for it as a gift for the artwork. But I would like to actually read what's in it and get a better understanding of what their take on witchcraft is. So that will be read. The next one is Letters from the Devil's Forest, an anthology of writings on traditional witchcraft, spiritual ecology, and provenance traditionalism by Robin Artisan. I purchased this at the same time as I purchased, what was it? Cloven Stone Workings by Robin Artisan as well. And I purchased the two books, very excited, and I read the Cloven Stone Workings, which I did like, and I worked through them, which you can actually see. I think there's 3 videos about working through the Cloven Stone Workings in the book. But I was a little turned off by the writing style of Robin Artisan. I found him a little bit condescending. So I haven't therefore gotten into this, and this is another big chunky book. So I do intend to read it. I would really like to read it. I just kind of have to psych myself up for it. There's always seems to be something on my list that I want to read more, that I, more wanting to get into. So I honestly, I couldn't tell you anything about the tone of the book. I literally have not read it. The next one is Natural Magic by Doreen Valiente. This is actually a book that I'm reading for school through the Red Thread Academy. And I haven't read it yet because I haven't got to that part of my project yet. But part of the readings we do is some of it's on traditional witchcraft. Some of it is on, this is more like supporting. Sorry, my dog is chasing her tail. Just a second. Cut it out. Some of the readings we do are on traditional witchcraft, obviously. Some are more like this, where it's I would call it supporting work. It's not necessarily about traditional witchcraft, but it is supportive or supplementary. There we go. Supplementary to traditional witchcraft. So I have to read Natural Magic. I'm just finishing up another book on Druidry, and then I will be looking at Natural Magic by Doreen Valiente. So that will be read probably in the next month. The next one, The Black Book of Isabel Gowdy by Ash William Mills. So excited for this book. Ash William Mills is a Scottish content creator. He's got a great YouTube, an Instagram. He does workshops. He's a really prolific content creator at this point, and I love his work. I'll be honest, when I picked up this book, I was so excited for it, and I got it in because I work with Isabel Gowdy. I have a Scottish background, so it's The Black Book of Isabel Gowdy and Other Scottish Spells and Charms. Unfortunately, when I opened the book, the first page has a couple of spelling errors on it, and that just really threw me. Now, it's self-published, and I'm going to give Ash some credit. I mean, the man self-published this book, and that takes a lot of courage and a lot of work, but I'm one of those people that gets really distracted by spelling, grammar, that kind of stuff, and the fonts are sort of different throughout the book, like it's not all the same, and it kind of threw me a little bit, the formatting. So I am definitely, this is on my like high on my to read list, and when I do read it, I will give it a book review because I'm very, very excited about what this book has to offer. So getting there, it is definitely going to be read. The next one I purchased while I was out Christmas shopping, actually. I was feeling a little spendy, and I was at a local witchcraft store, and I picked up The Horn God of the Witches by Jason Menke. Again, super excited to read this one. It was purchased like the beginning of December, so I just haven't had a chance to get into it yet. I'm actually part of a book club, and I'm really hoping that we will cover this in one of our book clubs, either the book club I put on or the book club that I'm also, another one that I just participate in. So The Horn God of the Witches by Jason Menke. I'm really, really excited for this book. Just haven't gotten around to reading it yet because I purchased it right at the end of the year. We have 3 more books. So the next one is Weaving Fate by Aidan Wachter. Weaving Fate, Hypersigils, Changing the Past, and Telling True Lies. Again, I read Aidan Wachter's first book, 6 Ways. Blew my mind, an amazing book, and I'm really excited for Weaving Fate as well. I actually purchased this in the summer, and it was in my go bag for the trailer to read while we were camping, and I had a few books in there, and this one I didn't get to it. And then I came home and I tossed the go bag into my office and promptly completely forgot about it. So I actually just dug this out the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I had this book. So again, I'm very, very interested in reading it. I just sort of got off track and sort of forgot to read it. So it's on the list for this year. That is another one that I would like to do a book review on. The next one, I have actually started this book. Just last week, I read the 4 pages of the first chapter, so I don't know if that really counts as reading it, so I'm leaving it on my books that have not yet been read list. It's Anatomy of a Witch, A Map to the Magical Body by Laura Tempest Zakroff. Part of my goals for this year, if you watch my goal video, is to really integrate my physical body into my witchcraft practice, but also just to honor and take care of my physical body. I've been one of those people. I am lucky. I have been naturally tall and thin my whole life. I've never had to worry about what I eat, how much I exercise. But now that I'm 45, it's starting to catch up with me. And I do need to start paying more mind to my physical body. I've very much taken it for granted. And so I thought Anatomy of a Witch would be an interesting way to sort of start getting into this idea and concept of working with my physical body in my witchcraft practice, and also hopefully bring some mindfulness and some honoring to my physical presence. So I thought this was a good one. So I've actually just started reading it. So it's the book that I'm reading of all of these. It's the one I'm going to be reading right now. And then finally, another one I picked up that I'm very excited about is The Witch's Path, Advancing Your Craft at Every Level by Thorn Mooney. This is the final book on our list. And again, I haven't read it yet. I read 1 chapter. So this is really about, hey, are you stuck in your practice? Are you wanting to move your practice forward and you're sort of not sure where to go? There's different chapters on different sorts of, I don't want to say issues, but things that you might get stuck on, things that you might want to work on. And so I did read the chapter that applied to me at the time. And it was great. It was helpful. And I just didn't go through, I don't know that this is a sit down and read it cover to cover sort of book. To me, it seems more of a hey, when I'm feeling I need a bit of inspiration, this is the book I can go to and pull stuff from. But I would actually like to give it a read through so I'm better aware of what's in it. So I will be definitely reading this one sometime in the new year here. So those are all the books that I currently have on my bookshelf that have not been read. There's quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books some of which I have planned, well, all of which I have plans to read or work with at some point. I just, again, didn't get to it in 2021, so hopefully in 2022 it'll be a great year for reading. And that being said, I probably have about 5 or 6 books on my wish list that I am holding off on purchasing simply because I need to get through some of these books. I hate having books that I haven't read, or at least, gone through and I'm aware of what's in them. So the big one is The Witch's Sabbath by Keldon, new book by Keldon, that I am I'm jonesing to get my hands on it because it's exactly what I need right now. But I've decided I need to get through a couple more of these books before I start purchasing more books. There are other things on my list, but at the moment, it's just off the top of my head. I can't remember what they are, but definitely that book by Keldon I'll be picking up soon. So yeah, do you have books sitting around that you haven't read yet? Leave us a comment. Let us know what they are. I'd love to know what everybody else sort of has in their pending to be read file. And otherwise, that's our video for today. Thanks so much for hanging out, and we'll catch you in the next one. Mwah. Thanks so much, you guys.